All right, let's look at how to service and lubricate and troubleshoot some stuff on the regulator for the GEO4. It's SL5 regulator, CS2, and yeah, really all the Planet Eclipse regulators are very similar in design. But anyways, as you've seen, I've taken out the two bottom screws on the ASA, saved you all the boredom at the time. Got the regulator body out, the reg piston, and as we've talked about before, if this is being difficult to get out of the body of the gun, don't grab it with like needle nose pliers or something, and that's because on the inside of here, of this reg body, this reg piston's sealing, and if you mar this piston up too much, it's not going to seal, and you're going to have some issues here. So the way that this looks when it's assembled in the gun is like this. And so some of the issues that you could have with this regulator, first of all, very rare because this is a pretty stout design. But it's going to be this piston O-ring here because it's one of them that's doing a lot of work, moving back and forth, being reg and such. The other could be that sealing O-ring on the inside that we talked about, and then also the reg seat at the very bottom of this reg housing. And so we can get to that. We're going to take this reg top off, and that's going to allow us to get to some more of the regulator guts here. So if we're wanting to service the actual like seal bottom of the reg, we're going to want to unscrew this velocity adjuster. Now it's just going to pop out like that, give us access, and that's going to give us access to all kinds of stuff. So we've got your seal at the bottom here, as you can see through there. It's all the way in there. I'm kind of a booger to get. And then the seal here. So this one hits the face of the piston like this, and can wear over time, get stuff underneath it. It's also important that when you're putting it back together, that you're trying to make sure there's no grease or anything on the face of the piston or on this reg seat. Just because that can cause some issues too. And then so to replace that reg seat, you actually are going to take this brass piece off, take the reg seat out, but we won't do that to this perfectly good one right now. So problematically, if you're seeing leaks through here, there's a hole in like a relief hole through there. It could be a couple different things. First, I'd check this little O-ring on the inside, and then I would take a look at your rig seat, and then I would take a look at this. Really, it's not a bad idea to service your regulator on a pretty consistent basis. I say usually about every 5 to 6 cases. You could take it apart, get it lubed up, get it cleaned out. The complete rebuild of the regulator you could do, I don't know, maybe at the end of each season if you wanted to be like preventative maintenance. Now things may go wrong on the interim, but you never know. I would say though that that's a good kind of process to get yourself in. Really with any market that you may own, is having some of that preventative preventive maintenance. Now, that's going to cause the reg seat to need to break in. You're going to get some consistency fluctuations for a little bit, but it will keep your marker running more consistently. So hopefully this was helpful and gave you a better idea of how this regulator kind of breaks apart and some things to look at or some issues to address when you're having some problems.